Jessica, and this channel is about cross stitch. This is 2025 mid-year parade, and welcome. Since there's gonna be some new people watching this video, I just wanna introduce myself, who I am. I live in Southern California in Long Beach. This is just like 20 miles away from Los Angeles, and I live with my husband and my 14-year-old daughter. I do have an older son who is 19 years old, but he's out of the house already. I stitch different kinds of projects, from seasonal smalls like branded array to huge pieces, full coverage, like heaven and earth design, and lots of things in between. I'm also an Etsy shop owner, and I make project bags, and I dye fabric like Ada and some even weave. So welcome. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and if you're returning, thank you for watching and subscribing. And I really have no idea how many WIPs I have. We're gonna find out at the end of this video. Let's get started. My first WIP is gonna be by Amy Stewart. This is called Sweet Shop, and this one has 354,200 stitches. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Design, and look at all those threads. This has 89 colors, but surprisingly it has so much confetti in this candy and stuff. It seems like it's 200 colors. And I have these clips to hold the Ada. This is 18 count Ada. I seen these clips on another YouTuber's channel. His name is Andrew the Running Stitcher. And when I saw that solution, I went and immediately bought those clips from Amazon, because I was having them on this huge like frame, scroll frame, and it was hard to hold them, and it doesn't have that much to be on the frame yet. So yeah, and right here I think I already have about 9,500 stitches. I'm tracking this in Cross Stitch Saga app, and it's a great way to cross stitch, because I can light up the colors. Just select the color and work in an area. That's what I do. All right, let's get another WIP. Next one is gonna be The Greatness of Nature by Luca S, and this one is 117,000 stitches. I'm gonna put the chart on the screen, what it looked like, and this is a left lower corner, and I already have 12,500 stitches. So this is 14 count Ada. This was my first big WIP, and I started this one in, I think, August of last year, and the first Heaven and Earth design was started in January of this year. Another recent Heaven and Earth design is this teeny tiny star. Apologize about shaking. This is also by Heaven and Earth Design. This is Amy Stewart. Oh my gosh, I have hair in here. And this chart is almost as the first one. I think it's 352,200 stitches. And I'm starting at lower left corner. This is 18 count Ada. And you guys, I want to show you the threads that I'm going to be stitching with. So the threads on the other one was CXC, and they kind of like thicker than DMC threads. So for this one right here, I actually got high quality threads. This is not DMC, but this is Painting Fairy threads, and they're actually using Italian technology to dye these threads. They're like the same, it's cotton, and it's the same, like has shine like DMC. They call mercenaries or something like that. I might be mispronouncing. So this one has 223 colors, and this is not all the threads, because when I order it, I could only add 200 items to the cart, and I reordered more for this WIP. But I'm gonna be working on it tonight, because this is gonna be the one to behold. It's gonna be so beautiful when it's done. All right, and let's move on to another one. All right, oh, sorry. So this is a stitch along. Everybody knows about this one. This is Fox and Rabbit. Stitch along. It's called Cloister Garden. I'm stitching it 28 count Lugana. It was antique white Lugana that I hand dyed with tea and coffee, and I picked my own threads. This is all DMC threads. Some are variegated DMC, and I know this is Christmas, but I kind of need to reorganize stuff. I had a lot of Christmas, and I parked my threads right here, right? Oh, yeah. All right. And I'm a little bit behind on that WIP. All right. Next one, I'm gonna show you, it's older WIP. This is Dimensions stocking. It's called Sledding Snowman. And I'm also stitching it in Cross Stitch Saga app to track my progress. And I'm more than 69% done on this one. This is 14 count Ada. This is what was inside the bag. So what I did, I have a heat erasable pen, and I basically drew around like the chart, like where the chart has these markings. And I'm gonna fully put this stocking together, because I already put one together in one of my videos. I show how I fully line it, and I make this beautiful backing on there. And this is where I sew on the sewing machine. Yeah, just look at this snowman. Snowman are one of my favorites to stitch. This is so beautiful. All right. Okay, this is a Bucilla kit. This was like oh my gosh, I'm losing my words. This was an old discontinued kit that no longer for sale. I don't remember what year it is. It was a small ornaments, and I already completed a few of them. I have cut out the pieces, and I have not started the new ones. I think I completed like maybe 4 or 2, something like that. I'm not too thrilled about the Bucilla threads floss. They are cotton, but I was switching some of it to metallic. I completed this one, and I forgot which one. Oh, let's see. I know Santa's face. This one right here. I think this is more like American looking Santa, and I think these are the Santas across the world. And this is also on 14 count Ada. That's the original what goes inside. Another Bucilla kit that I bought. This one I think you can still buy. This is just a template I cut out for the stocking, and I finished them several ways. I made like quite a few of them. So I made this one, this one, this one, that's 3, and this one, that's 4. I made, there was another one that I made with the horse and sled. Can't see it right away. Oh, this one, I think I made like 6 or 7, and I have only one left because I sold the rest on in Etsy shop. I don't sell them, but when I first started stitching, I was afraid I'm gonna have just too much stuff sitting here, and I would just give it away or sell it. Yeah. All right. So another one. Hold on. Just a minute. This is also stocking, and this is this was Dimensions. It's stitched on 14 count Ada. I already stitched all the stitches. The only thing that's left is back stitch, but I think I'm gonna hand paint the background. Like I'm gonna, like, you know, I hand dye fabric, but if it's the same paint, you can actually paint the back. But first you have to wet it. And I put in already like the thread, like with the heat erasable pen. Instead here, I went and I did it with the thread because I want to wet it again and the pen would probably disappear. Right here, I do want to add some beads in here. There was some French knots and I know how to make them, but I don't look how they look. And I'm gonna put some Mill Hill beads in here, and in his Christmas tree. I know it doesn't come with anything. It's supposed to be like right before Christmas, but I'm gonna do it my own way. And I'm also planning on finishing it into full stocking and keeping it as the family heirloom. All right, we're done with that. Let's see, next one. Gonna be small, you guys. It's gonna be all random in all random bags. This we've been here for a while, and this is supposed to be, I think, like a for Valentine. And this fabric right here, I forgot what it's called. This fabric is so weird. The reason I have it not done, because when I look at it, my eyes see it like this, like a diagonal lines. I don't see the square. I don't know if I'm neurodivergent. My brain just sees things different. You know, with this artsy brain, you sometimes see the things the weird way, but now I look at it, it looks fine. But I was see when I was stitching, I was seeing diagonal lines going this way and that way, and I couldn't tell where the square was. And I just stopped stitching on it, but all I need to complete is the bottom because I want to make it into a small pillow. All right. Okay, the next WIP is more dimensions, you guys. Gonna put the picture on the screen. No, I think I have it in here. I printed it on my printer. And I think I have it complete here. 1500 stitches. No, maybe more. I forgot how many. Because it looks like more. This is like a winter scene. And this is 14 count Ada, and it's just gonna be long. Like that. I just have them organize all this. I'm stitching these DMC threads because I had the chart, had the original chart, and then there was no threads there. So this is what it is. It's called Scenic Farm, and I started in September 30th of last year. It's gonna be beautiful when it's finished. Let me put that back, and I'll show you another WIP. All right, another dimensions. This was a dimensions kit. I'm just gonna show you the preview of that. This is called the Victorian Charm, and it has the navy blue 18 count Aida, and I love 18 count Aida because the way the picture looks, the holes are way smaller and it's more like vivid and stuff. Yeah, that's it with these dimensions. Let's move to the next one. All right, this one right here is actually my own design that I had a inspiration come over me, and I designed the chart. It's a very small chart. It has only 6 colors, and it's going to be small skinny pillow, and it's going to be available on my Ko-Fi, which all links are going to be listed down below. So I actually drew that myself from scratch. I love the way I design the waves, and this has inspired me when I was driving. It's called Live in the Moment along the coastline. I live in Long Beach, like 2 blocks away from the ocean, but I was driving by the ocean near our house, and it was so beautiful. The California poppies were blooming, you know, the fresh sea air, the wind was blowing through my hair, and it just came, like, made all sense what it meant to live in a moment. just to live in a moment, like in the current moment. Don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future, just focus on the present. And it takes so much stress of that, you guys. And I think when we also start a lot of WIPs and we start worrying, oh, but I need to put more stitches on this one. No, just forget it. Just go what your heart wants. Stitch what you want. Live in a moment, you guys. Yeah, this is like, I think, a beautiful message for anyone. All right, and I have next one is a Mill Hill kit, but I switched it because I don't like stitching on perforated paper because of its longevity. If something goes wrong, oh my god, that's gonna be like a disaster, right? And I put the preview somewhere else, I don't know. Might have to put the chart on the screen. So this is 28 count Belfast linen, and I stitch a lot of things. This is some stitching from the paper, and if it would be in cross stitch saga, I would have stitched it already. This kit has a lot of beads right here, so I left the spaces for the beads, and it had like the sky that you had to stitch all blue. But instead, what I opted for, I just got this fabric which is blue, and I'm like, I'm not stitching that. And it has all these beautiful beads in there. See that cookie can? I didn't need the cookie, I just wanted the can. Cookie went into the trash. Yeah. All right, let me put this back, and we're gonna move to another one. And another things, like, I love bright colors. This is the bag that I made especially for this huge WIP. This is by Boti Threads, and I'm stitching this with a DMC. Like Boti Threads, you can either buy a kit or chart. Oh my gosh, I apologize about all this mess, and this was started long time ago, like this organizer. It's so horrible. All right, so I think, what is it called? I forgot what's this called. Oh, excuse me. I think it's called Cottage Cut Through Series, and I think I forgot where I started, from which page. So I did, like, I'm going by page, so you can see I did like the back stitch, because this is a paper chart, and this is actually so easy stitching. The only problems with this is a lot of back stitches, like miles and miles of back stitch. I love these bright colors. Yeah. Okay, let's put that one away. And I'm starting to lose my voice because this is kind of my first WIP parade besides the very first video. Okay, this next one, and I apologize about this, all wrinkly WIPs because I have not picked some of them up in a long time. So this was a garden WIP. This was one of the old 2012 cross stitch European magazines. I forgot what it's called, and I already stitched like more than a quarter of the sampler. It's called like a garden sampler, and this is stitch on 27 count Linda. When I first started stitching, I didn't know where to buy fabric, so I went on eBay and I bought these huge pieces, and then I cut them in small. How dumb is it? But yeah, I mean, you live, you learn, right? But this is a beautiful chart. Look how this it almost like looks like a bumblebee, not a bee. This has like so many colors, you guys. Yeah, like in this watering can, but it's beautiful. And I actually had someone on Etsy convert this to cross stitch saga, and they had to like paint each symbol into the saga because the magazine chart was so bad. But I wasn't gonna UFO it, so I'm like, let me just pay someone to finish this, and I did, and I'm glad I did. Yeah. All right, so did that one. Guys, I have so many WIPs that I don't know which one I showed, which one not. Okay, I think next one. All right, this was a recent start, and I'm gonna put the picture. I'm starting in the right left corner. This is the threads. This is also the bag that I made, and these are CXC threads. They're pretty good too, but they're not dimensions or anything, and it has a lot of floss here. I think this one has 90 colors also, or I don't remember. Yeah, and this is like a lake house WIP, and I'm also using this clips that I saw on a running stitcher here. That was such a great idea, because you know I don't have the place to store those scroll frames, and they're not that comfortable. I don't like sitting on it. So next one, guys, I was craving some flowers in my life. This was a very old one of the first bags that I made. It's not as beautiful as the ones that I make now, but look at those colors. So this chart is charted by Jen Lin. It was originally kit, needlepoint kit, and it's been discontinued for a long time and considered like a rare. So I think I have like 2400 stitches or more in here. This is mostly CXC. There's some DMC threads here, and I was in those Telegram channels with some stitch group, and they shared this. One of the girls converted this needlepoint into a cross stitch, and oh my god, this is so beautiful. Like, you know, when I stitch on those dark brownish color that I'm craving, some bright colors, and this is like hits the spot. That's why you gotta have a lot of WIPs, because if you don't, then you might just not stitch it all that day. And like I said, it kills the vibe of stitching, so just do whatever makes you happy and cross stitch. Oh my gosh. All right, let's move on to the next one, and this is like the ancient one. You guys, I was doing these crazy things. It's like a foam board that I got, and I was doing getting like a needle for each color. This chart is actually by, this is like a ornament that you stitch into a little ball, and the chart is paper, and it's kind of too small, and I really couldn't see. This is called this is a Ukrainian designer. She has a whole bunch of these little balls. It's called Rimka Z or something like that. I'll put it on the screen. And there's supposed to be like 8 pieces stitched in this area, and I almost completed 2, and I started at that, I don't even know when, like probably 2023. This is for the colors that I'm stitching with. Next, I have another dimensions, and this is the plastic, because I never tried plastic. I started recently, like a month and a half ago maybe, and I'm stitching this when right here, Mary, and I only stitch one time, and I think I got 700 something stitches in it already. So the first one, this is 14 count plastic. That's what came with the kit. This is a dimensions kit, and it has this floss on here. I actually like this organizer floss because you can separate the thread and just pull one out, and you don't have to you know, like put it nowhere, put it back. Let me put this back. My throat is definitely getting dry. Should have got some water here. Didn't think I'm gonna talk so much. All right. Okay, next one. This is a stamped kit, but this is a custom order stamp kit, and I kind of disappointed with this. This is the face of my daughter when she was 10 years old. We ordered it. We had the picture when we were at grandma's house, and she had a little chick inside her hands. But when I start stitching, you see how those spots are, and I was gonna UFO it, but my husband was like protested. He's like, no, no, you're not. I'm gonna pay you to complete this. I'm like, oh my god, whatever. Yeah. So I stitch on it a little bit, and I'm gonna take it as a, you know, maybe like a modern art picture, because it has this color. Sometimes they have that. So we're just gonna look at it from a cup half full perspective instead of being half empty. Yeah, and this thing is pretty huge, and this is 16 count 8, and of course it has this neutral tones that I cannot stitch too long with. I just get so like depressed. Yeah, that's the word. This is why I have to start a lot of whips, because the other ones, they just kill my vibe of stitching when I stitch too much on dark or gray. Okay, this whip right here, it's not big and it's almost done, but every time I get it out, I don't know, this gray color, I hand dyed this. I think this was 28 count Lugano or something. And this chart was one of the girls on Instagram. She no longer has her account. I tried to look her up. It was a free chart. And I don't want to UFO it, because I might want to come back to it, because this is actually a beautiful chart. And I think I only 1500 stitches left on this one. I have this one in Cross Stitch Saga as well. Okay, now we're gonna move on to stamped, but I'm gonna start with the high quality stamped. This is a painting fairy that I recently bought with my own money. This is a cake right here. There are threads, you guys. This is not your ugly stamped stitches, across those stamped ones. The organizers are also plastic. This is Egyptian cotton. This is high quality. It's certified. This is like when, you know, when you buy high quality brand name products that are made in China. Well, this is one of them. Fairy brand, Cross Stitch Painting Fairy. She's like the top notch, you know, and printed cross stitch. They also have an unprinted one. And this is a cake. I have it on a scroll frame, and you can see how this thing, how big it is. And look at this cake, you guys. I just recently started, but it already has so good, you know. I'm gluten intolerant, all kinds of allergies. I can eat tasties like that unless it's gluten free. So I want to have it on my wall. I'll eat it with my eyes. Yeah. All right, next I'm gonna show you not so fabulous long time starts. I don't even know if I have, hold on. Yeah, right here. This is like Joy Sunday. So I started it in 2023 February. This is like gnomes. I was gonna cut each one out and make an ornament. That's why I bought it, because I wanted to make an ornament. And this is only how much I stitch. And the Ada was so stiff. I don't know. But I like Christmas, so I might come back to it and might make like a pillow. I apologize about my dog barking. Daisy, stop! All right. Then another one, another kit. This is a Joy Sunday. I know Dimensions has it, but when I used to only stitch on stamped when I first started, this was a Joy Sunday kit, and I actually almost done with it, you guys. Look at that. This is gonna be another stocking, and when I finish with back stitch, it's actually gonna be so beautiful, because I wanna like hang this in a house when we buy a house, because I live in a small apartment right now, and like I wanna maybe gift it to my son, my sister, make those beautiful things, because I made some for my sister, like food related, like cross stitch is a big one, and my sister lives in Texas, and she has it in her brand new house, hanging on the wall, proudly displaying my cross stitch. This is another, I don't even know what it is. Oh, this was the Joy Sunday, and I was contemplating if I should UFO it or not. This is like the back of it, and it's like called Desert Scene. I think it's a Dimensions kit, but of course I didn't know what they were when I first started cross stitching, like a lot of us. And since I have it, I don't want to pollute the earth and just, you know, go in a dumpster. Might as well stitch it, and you know, if it's good enough, I'll put it on a wall, or I'll have some kind of use for it instead of, you know, going in a dumpster and polluting the earth, right? All right. And this might be my last one. This one is also, I recently started, but this one is like one of the first cross stitches that I bought because I love the nature scenes. And when I was doing Heaven and Earth design, I just pick them up maybe when I'm so tired at night and I stitch. But I think this one is actually gonna turn out good because you see, this is little one, but it has so much confetti, and it also has like a half stitch. So it's called Everlasting Life, Love, but the stamping on this one is horrible. They're like, see how the squares are, the half stitches are okay, but right here they're misprinted. They're like somewhat to the left, and you have to kind of guess which stitch to put in here. But this is like the mock-up. This is not how the original is gonna look like, and it doesn't have that many threads. So whenever I'm in the mood, I'll pick it up and stitch on it. I think this is all my WIPs for today, you guys. And I'll put the number of WIPs on the screen. Wait, you guys, I forgot one more WIP. This is gonna make total of 27 WIPs. So this is a painting fairy cross stitch, and this is a stamped one. I believe this is the original design, and this is 249,000 stitches here plus, and I love this. And this is stamped, but I'm stitching it on 16 count. This has high quality Egyptian cotton floss. It's a long strand floss. Look how much floss. They're so shiny, so beautiful. And I just recently discovered this brand from a colleague, Jenny's channel, and this is my tiny start. The printing is so good on it, but you see how much confetti here? The confetti is so much, and I actually like that because the design is gonna be so good looking. So this is the corner that I'm stitching on. You see there's a lot of black here, and then there's a lot of confetti. I think it's in this basket and vegetables and stuff. Yeah. And please subscribe and like, because I'm gonna have a lot more starts, and if I get like to certain amount of views on these videos, I'm gonna do a giveaway in the next video. Thank you. Bye.